Hello, this is JIBRIN Angle. My name is JIBRIN. And once again, thank you for joining me on this monologue. I shall be talking about a topic that I have talked about in my previous monologue, but I came across a video that I actually talked about the content of the video. I literally expressed my opinion on what I think about the content of the video. And I was very, very aggressive, very, very forthcoming with my opinion. And thereafter, excuse me, another video is right now trending online. And that actually, after watching that video, it's a very short clip. I felt the need to produce a second monologue to this second video because I'll be giving an opinion that is slightly different, not contradicting, but slightly different from the opinion I gave on the first episode of this same issue. All right, let me play the video, and thereafter I'll come back to talk about the content. But before then, please, I want you to subscribe to this platform. JIBRIN Angle, that's the name of the show. We are always coming to you on Oweleke TV. The podcast is JIBRIN Angle. The platform is Oweleke TV. So subscribe to this channel for subsequent viewership. We appreciate that if you do. And that being said, let me go straight to the video.
Priest?
Yes, sir. Your Excellency.
How are you? How are you?
Very well, sir.
Good to see you.
Chief Priest.
Chief Priest.
Yes.
I
One of the biggest
I
influencers.
see you in the papers.
Yes.
How are you?
Very well, Excellency.
How are you? How are you?
Very well, sir.
Good to see you.
As you can see there, it's the president, Nigeria's president, Bola
I
Tinubu,
see you in the papers.
and welcoming some visitors. And part of the visitors
Priest.
is Chief Priest, and he's the person I will be focusing on this segment. You see him kneeling down to shake Bola Tinubu.
Good to see you.
His name is Cubana Chief Priest. That's not his. I think I've forgotten his real name. I think his celebrity name is Cubana Chief Priest. Look at it. You can see how excited. Look, just watch his countenance after the shake. Just watch it. He's so overwhelmed. Look, just watch his face. Let me go back again. Watch his face, body language. You can see how excited, how overwhelmed he felt by literally meeting the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. Now, on my previous episode on this same matter, I talked about the same Cubana Chief Priest kneeling down on his two knees before the Vice President Shetima. I don't want to go relitigate what happened there. I'm just going to be focusing on this video particularly. So, in case if you're interested in probably knowing because I was on that video, I was very, very aggressive. I was forthcoming with every opinion, everything that I think, and I gave it all out. So that episode is very, very insightful. So inciting. If you don't mind, you can just check it out. It's about Cubana Chief Priest. I think that one and this is the first and the second time I'll be speaking about this man called Cubana Chief Priest. So if you go on our platform, search for Cubana Chief Priest stuff, you definitely see the first video. That one is very, very interesting. You don't want to miss that. Okay, on this, you see, honestly, after watching the first video, I expressed my opinion aggressively on that, and watching this, I began to ask myself, what is this man actually after? he met the vice president perhaps the same day, because he seemed to be putting on almost the same thing, the same clothes I saw him putting on when he met with the vice president. So possibly he met both of them the same day, or probably just within a span of few minutes or hours or whatever. So I don't know, because this is I don't know if I would say this is unprecedented. Yeah, it is unprecedented. For I consider this Cubana chief priest to be, I don't know how to call him celebrity. Yeah, celebrity. He's an online sensation as well. Though one is a very, very local Igbo man who probably, I don't know if anybody knows what he actually does for a living. I don't know. It's not, what he does for a living is not in the public domain. So, but he is a billionaire. He's stupendously rich as well. So I really don't. I'm trying to really figure out what exactly this man is after. There's no celebrity. I've not heard of any celebrity that actually met with two most important figures in our country, probably the same day or probably almost the same time. I'm not sure, but that is what it looks. After meeting the vice president, he met the president himself. That is initially I thought, okay, it's about probably, I don't know, these people, the rich people, they always want to get richer out of greed. The wealth is never enough for them. They keep pressing and pressing and pressing on, connecting and connecting, keep connecting to make sure their wealth, they don't only sustain their wealth, but they even multiply their wealth. So they are rich men are naturally greedy. Sort of. So that was what I thought, and I still think so. But watching this video, I began to question I began to ask myself, what is this man actually looking for? One, Cubana chief priest, just like I mentioned earlier, obviously he's a businessman, but like I said, very few people or even nobody knows what he does for a living. Even though he's a billionaire, he spends money recklessly. He doesn't have pity pity over money at all. He's just reckless. He spends it as if he doesn't really work for it. That's just the reality. And so you wonder, what is this man looking for? He's a local man. I don't know if he's rare. I doubt if he's learned. I doubt, so I don't think he's schooled. And because I don't know the business he does, because ordinarily people will want to see meet with the vice president, the president, because these are the policy implementers. The National Assembly, pushes. Okay. The executive, actually, they are the ones who initiate policies. They send it to the National Assembly. The National Assembly passes it into law, and then the president implements the policy. So usually businessmen meet with the president for the purpose of just for the sake of their business, to actually for them to shape their policies in line with their business, or to see how they can actually work with the new policy, how their businesses can actually be co-opted into the new government policies, and sometimes to actually plead for some kind of flexibility from the president on their business, so that probably the policy doesn't affect their businesses. So, but in this case, Cubana chief priest, I don't know what he does. Majority of people, if you ask people on the street, what does this man really do for a living? Nobody knows, but he is stupendously rich. He's a billionaire. Now, you ask, what is he looking for? And besides, why kneeling down, for God's sake? This man, like I said, I pointed this in my other clip, the first part of this topic, that this man, and Igbo men are not used to kneeling down before any human being. Igbo men they are egocentric, they are proud, they are so extremely, when I say extremely, they are super independent minded. That's why in Igbo land, you don't have, they don't believe in kingship. That's what Igbo, that's a popular saying in Igbo land. Igbo man does not have a king. They don't bow to anyone. So I am surprised that one, this Cubana chief priest is a billionaire. Why kneeling down to actually have a handshake with the president? It's uncalled for. Now that's by the way. What is this man looking for? Now he's looking for protection, obviously, because I don't know him to be a contractor. Like I said, nobody knows what he does. I don't believe in that ritualistic way of making money. Otherwise, I would have said, okay, it's just a ritualist, just having a coven somewhere in his house where money just keep coming in without non-stop or whatever. I don't believe in those nonsense. I consider that as superstition. I don't believe there is anything called ritual money. That's just the truth. So, but again, I don't know what he does to make a living. At the same time, meeting TINUBU, like he met Shetima and met TINUBU. Now, my suspicion is this: he's looking for power, of course. He's looking for power and protection. Power, of course. Every rich man wants that power. Then protection. Now, I'll expatiate on this protection of a thing. Now, we all know that Shetima, the vice president, his hands are not clean when it comes to the issue of crime. When I say crime, I mean terrorism. We all know it's in a public. This is not theoretical. It is not. This is just. This is not conspiracy theory. It is in the public domain. There was a government report that came out some years ago that actually mentioned the name of Shetima, the current vice president, as a sponsor of Boko Haram. So this is not something that is I'm just cooking up. So this man is obviously known for crime, and his boss, which is the president, Bola Tinubu, is also known for crime. So both the president and the vice presidents, their president's background are crime reading. That of Shetima will know, okay, it's terrorism. But Bola Tinubu, there are so many things that includes drug peddling and so many other things or whatever. So Bola Tinubu's background is even more crime reading than Shetima. So what I assume Cubana chief priest is doing for business is probably something that is illegal. I assume so. Something illegal. Something that obviously our both the vice and the president actually probably have done either in the past or are interested in doing or whatever. A sort of so. And yes, like I said, nobody knows what he does. So if nobody knows what he does, and it's not a ritualist, because I don't believe in ritual money. I don't believe in that. That's superstition. So obviously he does something, because if nobody knows what you do, it means that whatever you are doing is shrouded in secrecy. If it's shrouded in secrecy, it means that you are doing something that is ungodly, something that is inhuman, something that is criminal. So, and I see that, okay, this is probably what this man, Cubana chief priest, is going to has gone to Aso Rock to actually see what he can do. And probably, and I believe he's not the one who sought. Okay, I have mixed feelings on this. It is possible he sought for their audience, and it is possible they actually sought for his audience. It could go two ways. Now, why I believe it's neither here nor there is, okay, he met with probably he sought the vice president's audience personally, and that is why probably he actually needed something. That's why he knelt down before on his both knees, knelt down before the vice president to excuse me, to probably plead for a favor. And now the vice president probably just felt, all right, I think I can do it. Let me take you to the president. The president may be interested in what you are asking for because I think he may have something to do with you on that front, sort of, and that is why the president probably that's why he decided to meet with Bola Tinubu, the president, and yeah, so that is why I said okay. He actually sorted for probably he did the sorting first, and as from the vice president, it was obvious that Bola Tinubu, they felt obvious that Bola Tinubu we need him as probably as either as a weapon or as an asset, sort of. So hence meeting with the president, because meeting with the president is not just a piece of cake. It takes a whole lot of a whole lot of time, energy, resources to meet with the president. The bottleneck, the bureaucracy that actually goes with meeting with the president is very, very Herculean. Even the vice president himself, sometimes he can be barricaded from seeing the president. So it's a very tough thing. So if this man is met with Bola Tinubu on a platter of gold, this way, a man who is considered to be a non-entity, he's just a local internet sensation. He's a billionaire, but that doesn't make him important. As far as I'm concerned, he's irrelevant to Nigeria. He's irrelevant to anybody. So if he's visiting Aso Rock, it means that he's looking for something and something is looking for him. And that is just it. I believe that both of them, both him and the two parties here, the president and the vice, they have the same thing in common, the same goal. Cubana chief probably needs security to protect his business. It's probably illegal business. And in return, the president and the vice president, they need him again for political purpose, and probably use one stone to kill two birds, political purpose and business purpose as well. Probably to be a front. They could see him as a very good asset to actually push their illicit business forward. As they could use him as a front, like I said, to do more heinous stuff behind closed door. And I think that is the way I say it, because like I said, it doesn't. Cubana chief priest meeting with the vice president and the president almost the same day, perhaps the same day, not even almost the same day. I think the same day, and perhaps just a couple of hours difference, a difference of time. But the reality is there's something fishy here, and whatever it is that is fishy, it is not humane. It is not godly. It is evil. It is cynical. It is mischievous. It is not, obviously, it is not in the interest of any well-meaning Nigeria or Nigerians. So that is just the reality. Anyway, as they say, time will tell. Time will always unfold. Whatever goes up surely comes down. That is, time and gravity are like 5 and 6. That is just the truth. Whatever goes up must come down. We'll eventually find out where this whole suspense is headed. But I know it is not headed in the right direction. It is not headed in the way in what will benefit Nigeria as a nation, and Nigerians, and we Nigerians as a people. And that is just my take on this. Remain blessed.